Hello, my friends. Good to see you again. This is 7 English Bible School. Thanks for joining us. And once again, your presence means a lot to me. God bless you and keep you.
What studies do you have that people that have had the vaccine or have had the infection are spreading the infection? If we're not spreading the infection, isn't it just theater? You want people to wear a mask for another couple years.
No.
You've been vaccinated and you parade around in 2 masks for show.
No.
You can't.
Movies like Crazy Rich Asians, Menotti, and Parasite, which became the first foreign language film to win Best Picture at the Oscars.
We're seeing more and more Asian Americans in those roles.
Studies that you quote from Crotty.
There have been no studies showing significant numbers of reinfections. Of the 30 million Americans who have had COVID, only a handful of reinfections have been discovered. In fact, the New York Times reported last fall more than 38 million people at the time worldwide had been infected with the coronavirus, and as of that date, fewer than 5 of these cases had been confirmed by scientists to be reinfections. Given that no scientific studies have shown significant numbers of reinfections of patients previously infected or previously vaccinated, what specific studies do you cite to argue that the public should be wearing masks well into 2022?
We're talking about people who have never been infected before.
You're telling everybody to wear a mask, whether they've had an infection or a vaccine. What I'm saying is they have immunity, and everybody agrees they have immunity. What studies do you have that people that have had the vaccine or have had the infection are spreading the infection? If we're not spreading the infection, isn't it just theater?
Let's get down to the facts. Okay, the studies that you quote from Crotty and Sete look at in vitro examination of memory immunity, which in their paper they specifically say this does not necessarily pertain to the actual protection. It's in vitro.
And what studies can you point to that show significant reinfection? There are no studies that show.
Let me finish the response to your question, if you please. The other thing is that when you talk about reinfection and you don't keep in the concept of variants, that's an entirely different ballgame. That's a good reason for a mask. In the South African study conducted by J&J, they found that people who were infected with wild type and were exposed to the variant in South Africa, the 351, it was as if they had never been infected before. They had no protection. So when you talk about reinfection, you've got to make sure you're talking about wild type.
What study shows significant reinfection, hospitalization, and death after either natural infection or the vaccine? It doesn't exist. There is no evidence that there are significant reinfections after vaccine.
You're not hearing what I'm saying about variants. We're talking about wild type versus variants.
And
now,
what proof is there that there are significant reinfections with hospitalizations and death from the variants? None in our country. Zero. You've been vaccinated and you parade around in 2 masks for show.
No.
You're defying everything we know about immunity by telling people to wear a mask who've been vaccinated.
No. Let me just state for the record that masks are not theater. Masks are protective.
You're wearing a mask to give comfort to others. You're not wearing a mask because of any sign.
I totally disagree with you. We have a very troublesome variant in New York City, a 526. We've got 2 variants in California, a 427, 429, and we have a number of others. So we're not dealing with a static situation of the same virus.
In recent years, we've seen a breakthrough of new Asian movies, a shift, a new era. Movies like Crazy Rich Asians, Menotti, and Parasite. Parasite, which became the first foreign language film to win Best Picture at the Oscars.
We're seeing more and more Asian Americans in those roles, and we're seeing more and more Asian Americans who are active viewers. I think Asian Americans are kind of taking charge of our own destiny.
All right, that's it. This is what the media says. Probably there are pros and cons, but now let's check out some comments. If you are more interested in more information, please leave a comment. I will check out and respond. Once again, thanks for watching. Peace be with you.